Hi, my name is Michael, and my guest today is Dave, the head of engineering at Allocate Software. Dave, great having you here. Thank you for joining us. Can you tell us something more about the company you work with, Allocate Software?
Yeah, so at Allocate Software, we provide workforce management solutions in a number of spaces, primarily in healthcare is our biggest market segment, but we also do work in the maritime industry, offshore engineering and cruise lines, and with some military customers as well. And our workforce management software, the specific piece that I'm focused on with future processing, it kind of has two parts to it. One is a very operational focused piece, which is around safety. Do people have the right skills when they're going out and doing often quite challenging jobs in dangerous environments? Mm-hmm. Have they got the skills to do those things safely? Has the organization done the right things to train them, etc.? But there's another very big piece of our OneView product, which is really that forward planning. So it's not just what's your organization doing today, but where's it going to be in 5 years? Where's it going to be in 10 years?
So what are the core benefits and the added value of your services?
So the real, I think, differentiator of our software is really that forward projection, because a lot of organizations, they're not static. Everything's changing. You look at automation and some of the technology that's coming in, which is really changing workforces. And also when you look across pretty much every industry, there's a shortage worldwide of your really skilled key people.
Definitely, yeah.
So being able to project out and model and say, how can I make my future organization state one that's sustainable, and whether that's I'm going to centralize certain functions in one place, or maybe I'm going to split roles so I can get those key technical people just doing the piece that needs their skill, and I can bring in some less technical people to fill the gaps. It's really being able to model the options of where you might take the organization for an organization to really be able to say, what's our future going to be?
What's your next steps? What's ahead of Allocate Software? What's your roadmap for the future?
I think it's the ongoing service of the customer bases we work with. Healthcare worldwide is a complex, growing industry with aging populations and everything else. There's continuous pressures on it as an industry, and I think the tools that we bring, give real opportunities for organizations to drive out the sort of ROI, be more efficient with the scarce resources they've got. And ultimately that's about delivering outcomes, delivering good patient outcomes, and which is important to all of us. It's a really good company to be part of, because it's so easy to sort of believe in that vision. We're doing something tangible in the real world.
Yeah, it's always best to have this actual impact and see the work of your solutions in action. Yeah. So why were you looking for an IT partner in the first place?
So we have quite a large in-house R&D function with a lot of engineers, but the realities of business, there's always more that you want to do than you can do, and just growing your internal resource has challenges with it. So sometimes you've got projects where there's a particular spike of work for a period of time. Sometimes you've got projects where the opportunity cost of your internal resources, you're better off putting them on something else. So working with a partner can really help smooth out that demand curve, and also allow us to put focus on projects that otherwise wouldn't necessarily get the focus that they require.
And how did you come across future processing?
So we've been engaged with future processing for probably 10 years now, and it actually came in via an acquisition that we made. Already had a relationship with future processing, and then we sort of went on from there into other projects. And I've been really heavily engaged with future processing on my area on OneView for it must be at least 5 or 6 years now, with the primary resource driving that product forwards being the squads in future processing.
And how's the cooperation going so far?
I've always just had an amazing journey with future processing. I think I've had some experiences with outsource in the past where you build your requirements, you hand them over, I'm just after someone to code this problem.
Yeah.
But I think with the future processing squads, they've really taken a true ownership of the product. In a lot of ways, it's their product as much as it is ours. And that real collaboration and caring about what they're doing is, they're as good, if not better, than internal teams that I've worked with in the past.
Thank you for these kind words. Do you have any tips for your peers who might be considering, doing a project with an external partner? How to approach it best, based on your experience?
I think, in my experience, and especially the way future processing works with it, it's don't just create a requirement and say go build this for me. I think it's explain what the purpose of this thing is in the world. And I think that I've always found that whether it's in-house resource or whether it's a third party, if your developers can really understand why they're doing it, what the purpose of the software is, you just get better solutions. And so I think don't see partnering with a resource provider as, oh, here's just a way to get some code written. This is a true collaboration, and the more you can engage them with the why, the better the outcome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well informed means well engaged. Creating this buy-in and this feeling of being in this together is crucial for the overall outcome of the project. Thank you for joining us.
Not a problem at all. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.